One of the greatest questions in the midterms of 2022 is how much would the Republican Party on a national level be pushing the same election fraud claims that Donald Trump pursued very strongly in 2020, leading to the January 6th riot on the U.S. Capitol. And a very encouraging result was that there weren't all too many people who were election deniers that actually pursued overturning the results in the races they lost. You got people like Doug Mastriano in Pennsylvania, and who was a vehement election denier of 2020, but made no efforts to um, try to overturn the results of Pennsylvania's governorship, and that trend continued to most of these election deniers who lost their race. But the lone exception to this general national principle is Kari Lake, the failed Republican candidate for Arizona governor. She has been pretty off the deep end, making all sorts of claims of fraud and rigging and missteps by state election officials, and now she's filing what she called a massive lawsuit in state court against Maricopa County and also her opponent Katie Hobbs. Um, with and really just some absurd declarations, um, saying that the Lake received the greatest number of votes and is entitled to be named the winner, which is not true because Katie Hobbs actually got more votes. This election has been certified by every legal means possible. The state and each county have gone through their um, certifications. And one thing that Kari Lake has been relying on in both this lawsuit and other statements she's made publicly is tabulator issues in Maricopa County. That did actually happen for a couple hours on election day. There were some tabulator machines at a few ballot locations in Maricopa County that were broken, but then they were fixed by um, the whoever fixes them, state employees, tech experts, and although the Republican Party did file a lawsuit originally regarding this um, closure and malfunctioning of machines, they later removed the lawsuit after they were satisfied that the issue had been fixed and no one had actually been harmed. The ballots, no one was forced to wait for hours and hours like Kari Lake has been saying. There was just one small issue that held up the registering of the votes and not the actual voting process. So no wrongdoing there, but really just absurd claims being made by Kari Lake and um, her campaign. So this is going to go absolutely nowhere. Katie Hobbs will be the next governor of Arizona. As we saw in 2020, these lawsuits don't go anywhere. There is no such thing as decertification. This election has already been certified. Katie Hobbs will become the next governor, but it's just interesting nationally to see how most Republicans who were election deniers didn't actually try to overturn the results of the elections they lost. The lone exception being Kari Lake. Donald Trump has voiced his support for Kari Lake and her efforts. Some people hypothesizing that Kari Lake could be, in a sense, auditioning for to be Trump's vice president if Trump makes it onto the general election ticket into the 2024 race.